Thanks for the opportunity, Pravi. Look, we, I don't know what I should say. It's more like it's a setback, but not a train smash in terms of the results. I think we started off very well. We started off very well in the sense that 20 minutes into the game, we had two clear-cut chances and we managed to score one. And had we taken another one, it could have been maybe a different story. And unfortunately, we couldn't. And we were, dominating at the same time and we were in control of the game. Then we went into half time, 1-0 lead. And coming back, I think we took the foot off the pedal a little bit. And as to what could be the reason, we're trying to figure out. But as coaches, our job is to keep motivating and encouraging the players to do well. And from our mistakes, we ended up giving the game away. And we learned from those mistakes because football is a game of mistakes, and some are very, very, critical, mistakes that you get punished and you lose points, and that's exactly what happened. And we're looking forward to the next game, which we anticipate a very, very difficult game against Cape Town City. They've got a very good team, solid defense, and very comfortable on the ball. And also their midfielders, I think, they're technically sound, and they know when to connect with the forwards. And the timing is almost spot on. You can see they've been together for some time, and they also play with a lot of aggression. I watched them last night against Sundowns. They play with tempo all the time. So yeah, we anticipate a good game, and with the hope that we will be able to grind the results. And as from today, we started preparing for the match.
Members of the media, kindly mute and let us start taking hands. There's already one hand, I think it's Bongs. You can take the coach through your question.
Good afternoon, Brother and colleagues. Brother, firstly, I know you spoke about this issue yesterday, but the unfortunate incident that happened yesterday, can you address us on what's happened with it now? Is it water under the bridge? Has it been sorted out? Is it an issue that is still pending? And also, just looking at the team, you've brought changes. Even the way the team is playing, the supporters, some are saying it's going to be exciting, but they understand it's going to take time. Do you think that perhaps the players are overwhelmed with the sort of the freedom that you've given them to play because you're allowing the ball players to play football?
Yeah, look, starting with Mr. Ngobo's situation. Look, I think with Jabulo, I think it was the heat of the moment. I don't think he did that intentionally. He was just very upset at himself because he made a mistake that ended up being a goal that we considered that brought Golden Arrows back into the game. So he was upset with himself, and me as his coach right now, it will be unfair to crucify him. It will be unfair, to not help him instead, because I was a player myself and I've made mistakes as a player, and I was given the opportunity, and I learned from those mistakes. And Jabulo is in a similar situation right now, and he needs us, and he needs his teammates, and he has apologized this morning because obviously he's back to his senses right now. And you could even see him actually after the game yesterday. He was remorseful, and he had realized the damage was bigger than what he thought. But look, like I said, we're here not to judge. We're here as coaches to help our players. to be better. And he's one of the best players we have. There's no doubt about it. And then going forward, we will try and help him to fulfill his, as when it comes to his career, we want to get the best out of him. So yeah, going to the game. What was your question again?
Just to playing style and supporters.
The identity, is very, very key. If you look at all the teams that are dominating, all over the world, there is identity. If we are to play chasing the results all the time, but not having a way of getting those results, you are bound to crack when the going gets tough. You are bound to crack, when you don't know what you are doing, simply because you are playing and hoping that you can be able to get a goal. You are playing and hoping that you can be able to dominate the oppositions. But if you go in there with one intention, to go and dominate and win games, it will take a while, to get to the level where everyone would expect it to be. But eventually it will be there because there is continuity, there's a way of playing, there's a way of understanding in terms of players, the tactical approach as well. So, so far, it's something that we've been, doing right, and it's something that we're working on, that there should be that way that makes life easy for the players. And that also will help us as a club going forward as to which players do we have to bring, in terms of the system that we are playing and the way we want to play. Otherwise, at the moment, we've got a lot of talented players that needs to, understand each other because previously, we've taken that creative mind away from them. And of which, as South Africans, players, they've got that creative mind. And the only thing that we need to do is to guide them and encourage them, to do more. They are not more like, maybe your overseas, players that from the age of 12 or age of 10, it's basic. Most of our boys here, even when they come from, development structures, but they still have that creative mind that we don't have to take it away. So we're more like Brazilians, we're more like South Americans players. So we need to encourage them to do that more, and that will get the best of our players. So that's what we're trying to do, but also with the way the club should be playing and approaching the games.
Thank you. We'll go to Sobri and Sobri.
Thank you, Bravina.
I allowed you to record because you most
No, me. I'm recording.
I've allowed you to record, and just members of the media start to be aware that the distribution of material is about to come to an end because we now able to get to the stadium. You are invited to attend our match at the stadium. So it's unfair for people who attend because when you distribute material, it's for everybody, even the people who didn't make any kind of effort. So Sobri, you can carry on with your question.
Thank you very much, Bravina. And then 10-111, thank you for the question, the answer that you gave on Ngobo. That's the 10-111 that I know. 10-111, I think Chief is not doing well. We see a lot of improvements. Keep your head straight, go forward. Let me check about this coming game. There are any injuries that you have? And then who are those who are injured and how are you going to deal with that?
We still have Santi out. Cole Alexander is doubtful, in this game. We still have Lebu Manyama out. Those are got the long lay of injuries. I think most of the boys are available except for Happy Mashiane, who's down with the flu. He might not be available for the game as well. So I'm trying to think as well who's not going to be available for the game. I think so far it's only those, and obviously we have to manage some of the players because of the games have been coming thick and fast. We're trying to manage them, and in terms of match minutes as well, avoiding the injuries at the same time. So yeah, when you look at players like Kama, they've played, 390 minutes past three games that they played. It is a worrying factor, and if you must have noticed that in some of the games, you've played players and substituted them, even when we still needed them on the field, but we realized that the games will be coming thick and fast, and there'll be games that we need more. Not that I'm saying we're choosing games. Look, every game that we play to win. But when you think about their presence, when you think about their experience, when you think about what the value that they bring into the club, and also helping other, players who are still, new in the setup, and just to make them settle a little bit much better. So yeah, we are forced now to give each and everyone the opportunity to play, and it's all up to the players now to showcase their talent and give their best. Because as coaches, I said earlier on, it's more about trying to get the best out of them and play with freedom, but within a structure and a structure of Kaizer Chiefs. It's like the Kaizer Chiefs way.
Thank you very much for that. Muto, you can go for it.
Good afternoon, Coach. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Coach, the biggest cry from Kaizer Chiefs fans is they want to win, see the team winning league titles. And you've been part of the technical team for quite a while. What would it take to close the gap on Sundowns? And how soon do you think Kaizer Chiefs can, start challenging for the league title? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the question. When you look at how things are right now, maybe you will say it will take a while, but I can rest assure you that we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Yes, we might be looking at the results. If you remember very well, I'll make an example with Coach Pizzo. When he was at Sundowns, I think several times, he was close to be sacked, and because the president believed in him, of Mamelodi Sundowns believed in him, and look at where Sundowns is. Even when he's no longer with Sundowns, now it's almost 2 years, if not 2 years. Coach Pizzo left Mamelodi Sundowns, but because of there's continuity, there's pecking orders there in terms of the players that are coming in and the different age groups and all that. So, and also when they bring in players, you can see why they're doing that. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Not that we are now coping Sundowns. Kaizer Chiefs in the past have done that, several times. It's just that right now we haven't been obviously getting things right. For some reasons, the competition is very, very stiff. Sundowns made this one very, very interesting. Orlando Pirates on board as well. And there's also other, teams. There's no longer a smaller team now. All the teams, are equal on the field because it's 11v11 in terms of quality as well, So obviously we have to change the approach a little bit here and there, tweak it here and there, and be firm when it comes to the way we want to play as a club. Because win or lose, Sundowns, they were still playing, with the same tempo. They were still playing, with the same, rhythm, and you could see, the self, believe in their players. And you look at their team right now when they play, you can see that they've got that intimidating aura, when they get into the field, they've got that in their mind that we've already, win the game, won the game. So they're more like us when we were still playing. We also had that, would intimidate, oppositions, just before we even enter, the field, on the channel there, they will be telling them that we're going to beat the hell out of you, because we were so confident and we had that, that aura, So yeah, which is something that has been, lacking in the team right now, and that is why we're focusing on that, trying to bring back. And yes, it's going to take some time, but as soon as we get it right, I think we'll be ready to compete with the best. And yes, Sundowns, they're doing very well, and we are proud that they're doing well, and they've done well, in the past, seasons. And we should be relaxed. Even next season, I think we'll compete.
Thank you very much, Coach. Let's go to David.
Thank you, Vina. Good afternoon, Coach. Good afternoon, colleagues. It's David from Idiski Times. Coach, I just wanted to find out about the spirits of Itumeleng Kuna. He's only been in the matchday squad, I think, twice this season, but he's obviously one of the leaders in the dressing room with his history at the club. How has he sort of adapted to playing less this season? Thank you.
Thanks, big man. Thanks for the question. Look, Kuna is a professional, and I like him because he's focused. And look, like any other player, there is no player that would like to play every game. He really wants to play. He's pushing himself for training. It's just a matter of selection. Brandon's been doing well. Bruce been doing well. Akpe as well. And there is that competition, and should the opportunity arise again, surely he'll get his fair share. And we still believe in him, and he's got that quality. And like you said earlier on about him, his experience and being in the dressing room, that what also motivates other players. So it's always part and parcel of the team, whether he's playing or not playing. He's a positive person, and is looking forward for his turn. And should that time come anytime soon, I think he should be ready to compete, because he's a true professional. He's a 24-hour professional player.
Thank you, Coach. Stembisa.
Thanks, Vina. Hi, Coach. Just to check, how hard has it been for you, or how hard is it for you to prepare for this game? We know there's still that uncertainty if Cape Town City will pitch. How hard has it been for you to prepare for this game, or are you going about your things as if everything is normal?
Well, thanks for the question, big man. Look, it's been difficult for us to prepare the team, thoroughly and holistically, simply because of the games are coming thick and fast. We only have one session to prepare the team. After the game is in a session, and then you have to get the combinations right. It takes tactical activations the following day, which is match day -1. So we try by all means, to keep things simple. We want to simplify things, because the minute you want to do a lot of things, you're gonna complicate things, and that is why we try to put everyone in the same page, to say, listen, any one of you can play at any given time. So be focused, stay hungry, and keep pushing. And so far, the guys have given us that positive response, and we're happy about it. It's just that the results haven't been forthcoming, and it's not a train smash. Like I said, it's not a train smash. It's just a setback, and very soon we'll turn things around.
Thank you, Coach. Who's the front runner?
Thank you, Vina. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, Coach. Coach, you've seen this team. You've played for the team when the team was very successful, and now it's going through a very, very difficult period. Like, personally, is it weighing on you, since you are the man in charge right now? Is it weighing on you that there hasn't been any success for the past few years in the team? Thank you.
Thanks for the question, big man. Yeah, look, these things, they do happen. They do happen to the best teams in the world, where you go through a slump and you try to fix things and things are not coming your way. But yeah, we keep pushing and hoping that things will change for the better, because the last thing we should do as a club is to give up. We are positive that things will change for the better. And me, when I came here, yes, there was I think the players that I played with, obviously, that time, things were not the same as like now. Things have changed now. The game has evolved. The approach, there's so many things that are happening out there. I think with us, as much as we had our own challenges, but we were more focused, and there were not many other things that you can maybe relate to or go in terms of trying to enjoy your life. But today, there's so many things that are happening. Social media, I can imagine the situation that Jabulo find himself in. In the past, you could do something like what happened yesterday, and then you easily, get away with it because it was not going to be, a big thing or blown out of proportion. But you look at the situation of Jabulo right now, you're thinking about his mental state right now as to, is he going to be ready for the next one? Because it's not about what has happened, it's about what we want to do and achieve going forward. So, yeah, it's one of those things, just making that example, So we're trying our level best, to turn the corner. We're trying our level best to make sure that everyone that is part and parcel of the team understands the meaning of playing, for Kaizer Chiefs team, or the caliber, of this team, because it doesn't only come, with only being a player, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. Out there, people are watching, people are talking, and our supporters, when we don't win, they're always unhappy about it, and they'll speak their mind, and you have to understand all those things. And if you are mentally weak, and you can be physically prepared, but if you are mentally weak, there's no way you can survive here. So that's why when we try, when we bring in players now, we induct them to make them settle, quicker and understand that Kaizer Chiefs is a different beast, not just another team that you can play for, So yeah, things are looking good. And as before, the sun rise, there's darkness. So I think at the moment, we are in that storm, and we'll overcome the storm. And when you see, when the sun is shining, and it will shine for a very, very long time, and everyone will be proud of us. Everyone will be proud of the players and the club, because it's part of the game, and that will be our team.
Thank you, Coach. You take the last one or two. I think is that Todd, did we deal with you as an old hand?
It's an old end, Vina. Sorry, it's an old end. Sorry.
For sure. So, members of the media, for your parking tickets, you send email to jabulani@kaiserchiefs.com or vina@kaiserchiefs.com, and you will get your electronic parking ticket. And also, given that it's a long weekend and our next game will be on Tuesday, we anticipate we'll host you in the same vein on Monday, so that you can cover our game against Marumo Gallants. On that note, we ask Coach Arthur to thank him for the opportunity.
I had one more, Vina, if possible, please.
I don't see your hand. I don't see who's talking.
It's Bongs. I did raise the hand.
Go for it, leader, because I was closing and the coach was ready.
Brother, just this is based on a personal observation. The first time you took over when Kevin Hunt left, you didn't really have to change so many things because you seemed to have a close working relationship with him, and you were sort of on the same page with him, and the team was going in the same direction that you also wished for. But this time around, it seems like you've had to do a lot of things to change, even the mentality, even the structure and the way the team plays. Is that because of you were not as close to this coach that's just left as you were with Hunt, which made it easier for you to just take the team forward and continue in the same vein that it was in, and just not really have this restart that is happening now, which is also been seen with the results not forthcoming?
Look, we were close with Coach Hunt. I was close with Coach Stewart. And unfortunately, both coaches, results were not coming, and the team decided that maybe, for continuity for that moment, I should help, this, according to me, I think it's not because of the coach, what they wanted to do and what I didn't want them to do. It's when you see that, okay, we've got players and we've been trying to do this, we all agree this is how, but things are not, happening. And surely that situation, obviously, it needs a change, And we tried everything, to help, the players. We tried everything to make sure that we grind the results and get positive results, both Coach Gavin and Coach Stuart, but we're not coming, and the performance was obviously also a little bit, a worrying factor, individual performance and collectively as the team, and what we're doing right now is not about that we changing completely, but we feel we're taking at the time when the games are coming thick and fast. And since the game, we have games back to back, and these other players they've been playing. We've got players who played nearly 80% of the games, and others were not playing regularly. So we feel they deserve also a fair share, to showcase their talent, to feel that they are part of the team and see what they've got, because we brought them here to play, and not because of maybe Coach Stewart was not playing them, or it was because of, we feel, let's try and bring everyone on board. Let's try and see, where do we lack in terms of player, personnel. And going forward, then you can easily now identify who you want to bring in terms of when you want to beef up the squad, because it will be pointless to beef up when other players as well have been given the opportunity to play. So I think if we can try and balance that, balance the scale when it comes to that, and everyone coming of the season, should the team decide that you're not going to be part of us going forward, at least you are given a fair chance. We brought you here to play football. We brought you here, to win things with us, but things did not go our way. So it's only fair that we part ways, and it goes both ways. It's not only with players, even us. None of us is safe. That's football for you. Because Kaizer Chiefs is about winning, and the culture and the rich history as well. And that is why our supporters, they demand that, because they are used to that. And whoever that's is part and parcel of the team must be able to deal with the pressure that comes with being part of a Kaizer Chiefs family. So yeah, we're looking forward to the games, and yeah, it's not about that we're changing because we think Coach Stewart was not doing things the way the club should, or he should have. No, it's because we just want to give other players the opportunity to play as well, and also thinking about the future of the club as to how many players that the team can keep going forward, and how many players that the team can release. So that will help big time in terms of player profiling and the recruitment.